Welcome to the Crypto Teacher Stock Channel. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that everything is planned out. Now guys, the Dow did take a downturn. Now, the fact is that basically went down 500. I want to make sure that we understand the Dow is only 30 stocks. That's why they'll switch stocks in and out. You know, Exxon left after so many years being inside the Dow. So therefore, they can keep it up. Do not forget, they're going to keep the stock market up until election. Of course, we're having a pullback, but they're going to keep it balanced until election. Now, I went over yesterday about the VIX. If you watched the VIX, you saw the VIX creeping up. So, guys, make sure you keep an eye out. That is a very, very great indicator. And also, the yield curve. Yield curve is flat. Well, make sure you look at that. Now, guys, getting over into the actual stocks. We had GoodRX IPO today. Now, the fact is, it blasted off. So, don't forget, the Federal Reserve is just pumping money into the stock market. Everything is ran by computers, algorithms now. It's not like a person is actually buying these stocks. So the fact is that the Fed pumped GoodRX, and then also it pumped SPI Energy. SPI Energy blasted off, guys, just off of saying one thing. That's right. They're going to be doing electrical vehicle charging system. So the fact is that it jumped all the way up 1,200%. Now, of course, it dropped back down, but it clearly went sky high. Now, basically, we had Beijing do an IPO, and normally when China is doing big IPOs, it normally is inside the United States. The United States has all the money and funds, and remember, everything is going to be moved from what? The United States over to China. China is going to be that conglomerate. And basically, if you don't know about that, please go to my Crypto Teacher channel that I speak about cryptos. Go check those China videos out, because I clearly lay out the plan. But the fact is, guys, they're starting to list in their own country instead of the United States. So that's a signal to us to let us know that our stock market is not going to be where it's at. I give it about 12 months. And when I said I look at the stock market crash September of 2021. Now, guys, the reason why we had this pullback, and remember I advised you that 70% of our market cap is tech stocks. Tech had a pullback, so what happened with the stock market? It pulled back. What I talked to you about yesterday, they've been talking down Apple. What happened to Apple? Apple dropped. So, guys, we have to make sure that tech, every company is going to be a software company. If they're not, they're going to be driven out the system. Every company is going to have some type of software, data, cloud, algorithms running it. It's no longer going to be the human doing these things. It's going to be algorithms, computers, robots doing these things. And I'm going to go over more of that as this channel goes on. But basically getting over to what I'm looking at going forward. Just like I said, I'm trying to build your portfolio, guys. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, guys. Please make sure you're doing your own research. But guys, anytime that you have a stock market crash, what do we know history? Anytime that we've had a crash, anything like that, we made money off of what? Betting and drugs. This is plain and simple. Of course, I'm an older man, so I know our history. Anybody that's older is listening to this, they know. I'm an old man, so I know what America does. Ozarks on Netflix should not be just a regular show. It's actually a documentary. That's exactly what goes on. Now, basically going into that, right now, betting is going to be big inside the United States. It's going to be humongous. You see casinos all of a sudden are starting to pop up where you never would have thought a casino would be. They're popping up. So only thing you have to do is go do your research. But as we can see, DraftKings, of course, it is topped out. And I'm not talking about investing now. I'm talking about once we finish doing this crash, what do you go into? Of course, right now you want to cash on the sidelines. If Warren Buffett, if Apple has all this cash on the sidelines, they're doing it for a reason, guys. Of course, you want to keep yourself invested in bonds, gold, silver, equities, yes. But the fact is that the regular stocks, you want to be in and out on a daily basis, or every 2-3 days, however you trade. But the fact is that right now having cash on the side is definitely a great thing. I went over the dividend stocks. Of course, those you can invest in, the tech stocks, they're going to stay balanced, and then also going to be paying you cash on a monthly basis. But these stocks right here, betting stocks. Now, of course, like I stated, DraftKings. Once we come out of this crash, they're going to be ones to bet on. We also have Caesar Entertainment. And then also, guys, we have a company called Rush Street, one of the biggest online gaming companies there is. They're going to be going public. So make sure you put that on your calendar. I do have they're not doing a regular IPO. Most likely they're going to do a reverse. But guys, make sure you're looking at the IPO list that I gave you for the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. That is easy money, because most likely CNBC are not going to have those ones where you can make the easy money on. They're going to put the ones on TV where they already run it up and then show you a price. So the fact is that, guys, make sure you're looking at those IPOs for New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, because that's very, very easy money. But then also, as we saw, SPI Energy, only thing they did was announce they're going to be doing electric vehicle charging system. Look out for that. If another company is saying they're going to be doing electric charging system, then guess what? Go ahead and put a little money in it, because most likely it's going to bounce. We clearly see that was an algorithm, guys. That had nothing to do with anybody going and investing. That was an algorithm investing in that. So, guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And then also, guys, spread this all over social media. I have the Crypto Teacher channel attached to this one. So, guys, don't forget to check this out if you do want to learn more about consciousness. And then also I have my NWO book. But y'all have a wonderful day.
Doug is the CEO. He's co-CEO, actually, and co-founder, and he joins us head of the opening trade. Doug, it's always great to see you, and I want people to understand right from the get-go that your company not only is growing like a weed, but is growing profits like a weed.
Thanks, Jim. It's great to see you again. You're an inspiration for so much of what we do, actually, so it's great to reconnect.
Well, one thing I want people to understand is that you're a company that brings down the price of drugs. I happen to have an experience how I know Doug is that I was paying $5,000 a month for a drug that I had to have. I found GoodRx, and they cut it to $1,000 a month. I still don't know how they did it. They do it with scientists. They do it with algorithms. Could you please explain to people, Doug, how you could save someone $4,000 a month on a drug that, by the way, was generic, but it had a particular casing that made it so it was so-called proprietary?
Yeah, Jim, it's just insane, right? I mean, the healthcare system in this country is so broken, right? Why should any American have to pay $1,000 or $6,000 or in some cases $2 million for a drug? And what GoodRx does is we just try to get Americans the care they need at a price they can afford. We've been doing that for over a decade now. It's worked out really great because it turns out our healthcare system needs so much help. And we're happy to be there to just help drive savings and give people the information they need so they can be informed consumers just like in any other industry.
Let's talk about the idea also of your app, which is what, the most downloaded healthcare app. I'm going to have to hype it because it's fantastic. But this is something that a lot of people who have expensive drugs know to download.